Hello, it's 9:30 on March 17th, 2023. This is the weather update from the hot urban hellhole of Mineola, where it's absolutely very warm tonight here. We're going to talk about that because it's just, it was so pleasant on the South Shore this evening. There was a nice breeze, and there was actually, fresh air. It was really nice enjoying this evening, and then you come back here and it's like you're breathing in like it smells like the city. It's just awful. It's just unbelievably bad. Really, just very warm tonight. Very bad air quality. It's just.
Oh, I hate this place.
That's just the way I feel about where I live. I really do. So let's talk about what's going on out there right now. You can see we're dealing with high clouds most of the day. You can see that little belt of high clouds over there. And a front approaching. So if we look at the Weather Prediction Center map here, you'll see we have cold. Yeah, I actually have the air conditioner on. You might have the fan too blowing on me. Just stifling here. So you can see here the cold front here that's approaching. Thank God, putting an end to this. But we got a little bit of this warm air here that we got going on. So let's take a look at the weather and hazards map and. Hopefully this time it'll work properly. You can see freeze warnings for the south. We're, sweating at 48, but it's warmer than that here in Mineola. It's more like probably 60 degrees. It feels like 60 out there. Mid-40s across most of Long Island. You can see New Jersey, though, is in the mid-50s. So they're much warmer. And we got southwesterly winds here. So let's take a look at our highs for the day. And then we'll go over, and we're going to go into underground too, because we'll have some more information from there. So let's look at the highs, and hopefully they'll load. Hopefully we're not going to have this problem again, where it's just going to sit and spin, and it looks like it is. So, you know what? While we're waiting, let's go to Wonder Map. And to take a look at what we got going on. So if you're on the South Shore now, let's see, you got temperatures generally in the upper 40s, so you can see much cooler there. Getting a nice sea breeze there, upper 40s generally speaking, over the South Shore. We go to the middle of the county here. 50, it's warmer than that here in Mineola. I can tell you that right now. It's like 60 out there. I don't know why it's saying only 54. It's definitely warmer than that in the main part of Mineola. It's like an urban heat island over here. It's warmer than everywhere else. It's like you can be in New Hyde Park and it could be cooler. I think it's more like you get the upper 50s here. You can see this is what you got going on in Queens right now. This is what it's like living in Queens. Got upper 50s in Queens right now. Let's see if our highs loaded. We're still not loading. So I don't know what's going on here. Maybe if I put it on this, maybe that'll work. There's definitely something wrong here. Let's do it this way. Because it seems like it loads the station plots, but once you go to the highs, it doesn't feel like loading it. Now it's not loading at all. All right, we're going to close this up. Trying to get this to work. I'm trying. You know what we're going to do? Incognito. Let's do a new incognito window. Sneezing your head off if you lived here too. You can't breathe. Let's try it this way, because I really want to display the highs today. Let's try if this is all right. All right, here we go. So here are the highs. We get mid-50s across Long Island, and you can see, look at that, much warmer in New Jersey. Mid-60s there. Wow, very warm. Close to 70 in New Jersey with mid-60s. And then we had low 60s in North Jersey. And let's see what Central Park got up to. 59 at LaGuardia, 55 at JFK. So there you go. Upper 50s across the middle of the island there. And the North Shore close to 60. But if you're on the South Shore, you had mid-50s. So South Shore, the place to be if you can't take the heat, which is exactly why I need to live there. And I'm so glad the stock market went down 374 points. I hope this bank thing really, I know it's going to piss people off. I hope a lot of banks fail. Anything to get these housing prices down so I can get the hell out of here, all right? All right, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you can't buy that BMW or Range Rover or you're saving for your new home. I don't really give a crap, all right? I got to get out of here because I'm dying here, all right? These housing prices have to come down. And I know that just triggered a whole bunch of people, but, you know, I'm sorry. I shouldn't rant in here. I know, like, leaving off the bad mood from last night, which is continuing tonight, and I do apologize for it. But, you know, anyway, let's talk about what the day was like at Islip. I promise I won't bring it up again. I'm sorry, all right? Sorry. I'm very sorry for that little rant there. 46 degrees at Islip, so you can see it's nice, much cooler at Islip right now. Even central Suffolk's cooler than central Nassau. It looked like they were up into the low 50s today with a south wind. Even with a due south wind, you can see the wind is a little more southwesterly now. That could be why it's getting a little bit warmer than it was before. So let's go back to our wonder map here, and we'll look at a few more sites here because there's more stations, and I like using this. I really do. So let's go back to the urban hellhole here. You can see even the North Shore is cooled off a little. It's just so disgusting here. You see, look at the pictures of the. Oh, I'm sorry. Stop myself there. So let's see what we got here. Let's see what it got up to today at Mineola, at this station here reporting. So it got up to 60 degrees in Mineola today, and you can see the peak there right around 60 degrees. And you can see it dropped off a little bit, but not really much of a sea breeze. And look, the temperature actually bumped back up again. Yeah, you see that bump up right there? I think maybe the winds went a little more westerly there. Maybe we're getting that killer wind off New Jersey, perhaps. But if you're on the South Shore, you're not going to have that problem. Let's go to Rockville Center. It's 49. A lot cooler there. And it did hit 62, but early on, and then it dropped much quicker there. Much quicker. It dropped into the upper 40s. So you could see it was much cooler there. So it did. That's because I think the winds were, westerly a little earlier. Then they went south. Yeah, that's what wound up happening. So let's go a little further east on the South Shore. You know, in spring, we always look at the effect of the sea breeze and what it does to, you know. Let's take a look at Seaford. And you can see 48 degrees. And 50. It did hit 58 early on, but then it dropped into the low 50s. So that sea breeze kicked in. And it's much better. Upper 40s right there. Much better. You can actually breathe. We're going to go out and look at what it was like out in central Suffolk. Let's go to the Pine Barrens and see what it was like out in the Pine Barrens. Let's go to the ridge, see what it was like over there. 46, even central Suffolk will cool off. They hit 57. So, yeah, a little warmer there because they were inland, but they still cool off at night. That's the thing. Mid-40s right now there. All right. So let's go and now look at what it was like in New Jersey on the other extreme of things because it looks pretty warm there. Not really cooling off a whole lot. Let's go to Holiday City West where it's 55, and it probably might have gotten close to 70 there. Again, they had no sea breeze at all. So 64. You can see it was flat. You see how the temperatures didn't drop off at all? Absolutely no sea breeze at all whatsoever there. All right. Yeah, if you were like over here in the water, maybe you got more of a sea breeze. Let's see. Get a little, but probably not. So you can see, yeah, not really much of a sea breeze, a little bit on one. But you can see they don't get that in New Jersey, which is why I don't want to live in New Jersey, because it's even hotter there than it is here, to some extent. I mean, it's almost just as bad as Jersey, really, where I'm at. It's just, so if you go to the North Shore, where like Lane Cove, for instance, or let's look Port Washington. Yeah, let's do Port Washington. Yeah, let's do Port Washington. Yeah, where it's very warm there, and you can see 56. That's above the high for the day. So it got up to 61. You can see not much of a drop off there. All right, because the North Shore is hot. All right, so so we kind of talked about the ridiculous warmth we've had today. I don't think any records were broken, but it was ridiculously warm. You can see Central Park is reporting 57 right now. So let's take a look and see. We'll go to our local past weather and we'll see how much above normal we were on the climate report today. I know I spend a lot of time on this, but it's important. A lot of other weather, don't talk about the statistics for the day and the local variations and stuff. So the high at Islip is 53. That normal is 48, so that's 5 degrees above normal. Pretty much 5 degrees above normal for the day. If we look at Central Park, the high was 60 at Central Park, so not 59 according to the map. So 11 degrees above normal. So you can see how much warmer it is once you go toward the city and more inland. It's much worse. It's much better as you go east or south. You get relief. But you can see very warm for the Central Park. And then we'll look at the hottest place, which is probably Newark. Probably got even hotter than that. Newark was actually 59, so it was actually cooler in Newark. That's weird. So Central Park was very warm today. Very, very warm. So the reason why we have all this warmth, of course, is this high-pressure system that's pumping up the warm air. But you see, thank God we have a cold front coming through. It is triggering some severe weather. So if we look at the Storm Prediction Center, you see a slight risk in the Florida Panhandle and then marginal up through Georgia. And again, looking at the map, I don't think I saw any severe weather warnings out right now. Looking at the current radar, you'll see... it looks like they got some heavy rain, if it would load. Some heavy rain, perhaps some thunderstorms moving through Georgia right now. Nothing, I don't see any really too widespread. And you can see the rain is just kind of evaporating here. We have a few showers here, and maybe we'll have to see if they hold together, but there really won't be much rain at all tonight with this cold front. So looking at our models here, you can see here's the cold front, and once this moves through, we'll see a drop in the temperatures tomorrow, and then they'll drop further tomorrow night and Sunday. And you can see the tight isobars, which means we're going to be dealing with some wind on Sunday. Obviously, it's going to be windy, and you'll see that high pressure system eventually build in. The winds will drop off a little bit as we get to Monday, Tuesday. Then it moves offshore, and then we have the next system coming. I'm not going to go beyond that in this weather update, just covering the weekend into the first part of next week. So let's go look at the HRRR model, which we have 41 hours of the HRRR in. So we'll go ahead and look at that, and you'll see looks like there will be some showers overnight. There probably won't really be much rain from it, probably a quarter of an inch or less. And then you see this front kind of gets a little hung up offshore there, a little bit hung up, so it might keep some clouds around tomorrow. Oddly enough, it almost looks like there's a secondary cold front feature. I noticed, been looking at this HRRR, which is actually a snow squall. If you're in Pennsylvania, you might get that, but by the time it goes here, it falls apart. And then colder air is probably going to build in on Sunday because of that, because that looks like a little boundary right there that's developing. All right, so let's look at our dew points and wind flow. And you'll see here southwest winds tonight. And you can see it getting a little muggy out there too. But then we finally see by about 4 a.m. The wind shift to the west-northwest. Dew points drop. And we'll have it actually won't be that windy tomorrow. I don't see these that ice because, again, this is like it's like a series of cold fronts. Then the secondary front comes through. Clearly see that there's a secondary cold front here. Midnight tomorrow night, that secondary is going to come through, and that's really going to drop the temperatures and the dew points. Look at those dew points drop, and we're going to have some west winds. Though it doesn't look like it's going to be as windy as it was a few days ago. So maybe we can avoid the wind advisory, but it will be at least breezy. Let's look at our actual air temperatures here. So again, tonight we're seeing those temperatures rise, and again, we'll see those temperatures drop into the 40s probably after sunrise. And then tomorrow, we're still going to be kind of mild. It's still going to be probably upper 40s to around 50, maybe low 50s on Long Island, because, again, this is like the first cold front, but it's not really. It's more like Pacific air behind this cold front. And then tomorrow night, we start off in the 40s, drop to the 30s, and then by morning, once that colder air comes in, we're going to have temperatures in the mid to upper 20s, so that's definitely much colder. And then we'll be below normal for Sunday. It's as much as we've got on the HRRR for Sunday. So let's go to the I want to look at the soundings for a minute before I leave the HRRRs. This is 18Z set, just to show you what the skies might be like. And I think we'll have some clouds around, but I don't see these lines meeting that much. So put this over New Jersey where, I don't see the lines meeting. I think more sun toward the afternoon and more clouds in the morning, I think, probably. If we go a little earlier on, let's see what we got here. You can see how there'll be some more mid-level. There'll be clouds in the morning probably, but less, according to the HRRR anyway. But let's go to the GFS next. All right, and we'll go ahead and look at the GFS. And it goes to dew points and wind flow. So see here, you can see when that colder air moves in. Sunday is really going to be the day we're going to feel it with the west winds there. And you can see winds drop off a little more on Monday. You can see though the dry air is still with us. And here we are Tuesday as the wind's back more to the southwest. That's as far as I'm going to go. I'll go up to Tuesday in this weather update. So let's look at the actual air temperatures. We looked at the dew points, so let's look at the actual air temperatures, the GFS for tomorrow. And then you'll see it drop. And then Sunday, we're going to have highs only around 40. Low 40s, it's going to be below normal, blustery. And then already by Monday, we already start to moderate, upper 40s already. So only really one day that's going to be below normal. Look at that. We're back into the 50s on Tuesday. So we're back above normal again. No surprise there. And then I'm sure that's as far as we're going. That's right. You can see that right there. So I guess now that we're done with all that, let's go and look at our skies. And I'll first do the soundings with the GFS. Let's back this up to tomorrow. Because, again, the GFS, I think, seems to think there'll be more clouds around tomorrow. You can see that right there. More high clouds around tomorrow. HRRR is saying not as much high clouds. Sunday will be... you can see we're going to have to watch out for Sunday, too. Possibly some stratocumulus around. You can see the GFS kind of having those two meeting, too, as well. So let's go to the skies now. So here are the skies, and you will see here plenty of clouds around, obviously, tonight. Tomorrow, you can see the GFS keeps a lot of the clouds around. And Sunday, you may start off with sunshine, but then these clouds build up. It would be more likely to have mostly sunny skies on Monday. And then Tuesday, perhaps also mostly sunny skies before this serious increase. This is the GFS now, all right? So the RGEM, of course, has different ideas. So here's the RGEM. And you can see the clouds lingering around a little bit. And you can see a little bit of leftover high clouds in the afternoon. So I think the afternoon we'll see sun, but I don't think it's going to be completely clear. Sunday should start off mostly sunny. We're going to have to watch this cloud build up here. It looks like it's going to be more of an issue for Long Island, perhaps. A little bit of instability, cloudiness here, just because, again, you're going to have instability and, a little bit of low... could have that, again, that stratocumulus that you often see in that type of situation. And then we're clear at night. And then for Monday, it should be mostly sunny, though. It does show a little bit of cirrus off to the south there on this RGEM model. Probably overestimated. But other than that, that's pretty much what the skies look like. We can look at the NAM model as well. At the 0Z, I'd have to roll it back to the 18Z if you want to look at the NAM. So the NAM model... Again, shows a lot more clouds around tomorrow. So you can see how the clouds are the models don't agree on a sunny day tomorrow. For Sunday, again, it's showing we start off with sun, and then we're going to have to worry about these stratocumulus clouds popping up. This is more like toward 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So most of your days should be mostly sunny on Sunday, but it will be blustery. And then that's as far as we got on the NAM. All right, so I think that's going to wrap up this weather update for tonight. I don't know if I'm going to do a weather update tomorrow. I may or may not. Probably will. Though, I don't know. Probably it'll be a very brief one, like 5 minutes or so, just to go over the statistics for the day, I think. That's probably what I'll do. But other than that, it's going to wrap it up. So kind of a muggy, warm night here in this area. If you're on the South Shore, at least you're getting a breeze. But the rest of us are suffering with... just muggy, stale, disgusting air. And just to show you it's not in my head that the air quality is terrible, lastly, we'll go to earthnullschool.net and look at carbon monoxide. There you go. Look at all that carbon monoxide over the Northeast again. That's disgusting. All right, this is all from vehicle exhaust. So you have all this vehicle exhaust that goes on, and the only place you can really get away from it is like along the shore. But other than that, you get this ozone smell. It's like an ozone smell in the air. The minute I come back here to Mineola, you smell that ozone smell. It's not a very nice smell. And no, carbon monoxide we know is odorless, but I don't think they have one for ozone here, do they? I don't think they have. They have nitrogen dioxide. They don't have one for ozone. I really wish they would. This is carbon dioxide here, I think. This one's carbon dioxide. So you can see it's Let's see what we got. It's a little elevated. Yep. So there you go. Bad air quality across, again, just disgusting. I wish they had for ozone. That would be great. I don't know why they don't have one. But that's going to wrap up this weather update. Have a good night.